Hola, supervivientes y bienvenidos de nuevo otro episodio de Will You Survive?
The
El
podcast.
And today we are joined by our beautiful New Year, New Us hosts. We've got me, TJ, and we've got
Lo siento, no habla inglés.
Pablo from down the street and...
And me, Alex.
Miguel
Miguel.
from Home Depot.
And today we watched the movie Interstellar. First movie of
Did we
the
watch
new
it today?
year, technically-ish. We watched it last year. And
God,
we're just now
It's
recording
true.
about it.
Man, a whole year later.
It's true.
Wow. You know, I've written
Listen.
2025 on multiple documents already.
Oh, I've done that
Yeah.
several times.
The good news is it's kind of easy to turn a 5 into a 6.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
So.
That's the good thing about it.
It was harder last year.
true. 4 to 5.
Our New Year's
Not easy.
resolutions we're gonna post every Friday. We already do that, so it's an easy resolution.
Yeah. You want to know what my New Year's resolution is every year?
What?
To not write the previous year on documents.
And you never make it
No. I mean, eventually
done it
you
yet.
always succeed.
by
Because
July.
by November, I'm writing the right year.
Nice. By November, that's even better.
I'm better.
You know what I should start
do
doing?
that.
I guess maybe from now on, November of this year, I should start writing the next year's number. And then maybe by the time the next year hits, I'll be writing the right year.
Then you're just gonna
Yep.
fuck up all the documents.
You know, work is like, how
It's
the
true.
fuck did you...
How the fuck did you get this
2027?
done next year? It's still December. What the fuck?
I plan to procrastinate quite a bit.
I already do.
All right, starting in July, we're writing 2027.
That's my New Year's resolution.
Okay. All right. Well,
I was gonna bring up y'all watch Stranger Things?
No.
Oh, this is
I've watched up to season 3.
okay. The people did not like the last season so much that they thought that there was gonna be a like super hidden like secret episode that was gonna come out on the
Today.
7th
Yep.
because reasons. They're
Yep.
like, oh, the clock says 107 and that's January 7th, and I just want to laugh at all those people.
Will rolled a 7 on the first day when he was taken to the Upside Down. And it was on the 7th day that his mom found him. And 7 is displayed multiple places and multiple times. The other reason was that all of their gowns were orange when the color of the school was green. In Vecna's world, everywhere that you see gray, it's an error that Vecna didn't know, so he portrayed gray instead of whatever the real color was. So they show all of these different examples where things were gray and they should have been, a different color. There was a lot of stuff.
There was,
But ultimately,
you know what?
they defeated
Oh, wait.
Vecna through the power of gay. Oh, that's why people didn't like the last episode, or like the second to last episode, because there was this whole like long spiel where I think it was Will was like, "I don't like girls," and everyone's like, "Yeah, we all fucking knew that. What?
Yeah,
What?"
but
And it was like this
they've
whole
been building up to that
big-
literally since the first season. So
Apparently, I didn't watch it, but apparently it was this massive, fucking, huge waste of time moment that was like poorly written,
there was a
horribly
lot.
directed. It didn't make a lot of sense. And then they were like, and that's how he defeated Vecna. And you're like, really? Okay, the vibe that I got from it, I haven't watched it, but the vibe that I got from it is similar to that third episode of The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
Where they fucking take two characters who hated each other in the game and are like, now they're gay lovers and they have a beautiful love story that takes a fucking hour where you never see the main characters in the whole fucking episode in a world that's
once.
full of evil and pain and misery. But of course, this gay couple who hated each other in the game are so in love and
Yeah.
just love each other so much, and it's this romantic. I'm like, fuck off. I don't give a fuck that they're gay. I care that you fucking ruined the story. Like, it was way funnier that he fucking hated him. That
Both
was
of them.
way better.
Yeah.
Eric, The Last of Us TV show is dog shit. We get it. It's
No, the
absolute
first season was
trash.
great.
The
The
first
season was really good.
Was okay. Speaking of Stranger Things, I was literally just rewatching the first season. So when you go into the like Upside Down, you'll see all the little like spores and shit floating everywhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Why couldn't they do that for the fucking Last of Us when the whole way you get infected is spores in that shit? It's not realistic. You could have put the fucking spores on the screen. You're just being fucking lazy.
Yeah.
This hive mind shit is fucking stupid. I don't like it.
But I mean,
she did not work as Ellie. I'm sorry. I don't like it.
No, I agree. The girl who played who was the other character from Last of Us 2?
Abby.
The girl who played Abby, love her, by the way, great actress. She should have been Ellie. 100% she should have been Ellie.
Deaver. Well, what is her first name? Deaver is her last name.
Is it Abigail?
No.
This is
No,
gonna
the
be-
actress.
Yeah. What's her name?
This is going to be called
I forget her name.
the Interstellar episode, but we don't talk about Interstellar.
We don't talk about
That's
Interstellar
crazy,
at all.
which is crazy because this was such a good movie.
This is a great movie.
But no, but
Speaking
seriously,
of Stranger
that actress,
Things, no.
that actress definitely should have played Ellie.
Caitlin Devers.
Caitlin,
Devers.
she looks just like Ellie.
Dever?
Dever,
Is
I
it
think.
Dever?
I think it's Dev. She looks just like Ellie. Like she's a spitting
Yeah.
image of
What's up,
Ellie. She would have been
Josh?
perfect.
Yeah, she would have been a better Ellie.
But look, and that's not even a hate on Bella Ramsey, but it's just like, come on, guys. What's
So-
the casting here? And then the whole like,
I hope this is a lie, but there's social media posts that keep getting sent out that Bella Ramsey is not opposed to playing Spider-Man.
oh yeah. I
That's
sometimes I
never
think
gonna
that stuff
fucking
is just
happen.
memes.
I'm like, as long as this young Tom is rocking,
Oh, he kills it. He's great.
there's no other Spider-Man. I did not
and
believe in him at first.
They're gonna fucking introduce Miles at some point too. So once he's done, then Miles is gonna
Oh,
fucking
spin.
come through. Which all I'm
okay
saying,
with having a spin, and I'm also okay with having a freaking ghost spider.
Yeah, but not Bella
listen,
Ramsey.
Not Bella Ramsey.
I think
Maybe
little
Caitlin
black
Devers.
kid from Stranger
Be great.
Things, he could be Miles Morales.
I
Could he?
Don't know.
I think he could do it.
Could he? I think he's a little too tall and lanky.
could see that being Spider-Man.
Miles is pretty lanky and tall.
Is he? I thought he was a little bit shorter than.
Well,
than
normally
Spidey.
when you get infected with the spider shit, you get like buffer and taller.
Also, like, I'm not gonna nitpick.
Never Bella Ramsey. I'm with you.
I'm not gonna nitpick the whole like, oh, he's
Thanks for the
the
heart
comic
mutilations.
one is shorter than the real Spider-Man. Like, that's not what's gonna kill me. What's gonna kill me is like, do they play the character well?
Right.
Like, look,
Listen,
what's his name? Not Andrew Garfield. I thought Andrew Garfield was great.
Did you really?
Yeah,
first
I
Spider-Man?
think he was a great one.
Andrew Garfield
No.
is literally is my favorite Spider-Man. I don't
No,
care.
Really?
Who's the first Spider? Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but Spider-Man was supposed to be a high schooler. He was supposed
Yeah.
to be a kid. So
Yeah.
like
All those grown-ass
immediately,
people.
Tobey Maguire did not. But it was the night, or it was like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know? So that was what it was. Then Andrew Garfield, I was like, okay, a little more believable. Still like college level, but a little more believable. I thought he played like the kind of whimsy of Spider-Man a lot better. But then Tom Holland comes in, and you're like, oh, that's a kid. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Mr.
That
Stark.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that checks out.
There was
And-
absolutely nothing better than the scene when he wasn't Green Goblin. What was he called? Not the Falcon. He actually existed. Nighthawk. When he collapsed the warehouse on him and he was calling for help, and he remembered his conversation with Tony Stark where he said, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve to have it. And he was sitting there looking at his reflection in the water as he really came to grips with his mortality, I think, at that point, and understood that as a young kid, he's about to die. And he fought through it, freed himself, and I was like, that was the most believable scene as a young child. That is like, oh my God, I'm so
Which is,
young.
like,
I
straight
thought I
up
was going to
from,
be
like, the
invincible
comics.
forever. What was that?
That's like straight up from the comics where he lifts the entire fucking building off of himself.
Off of himself. Right.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when you follow the source material, turns out it's
Everybody
good.
loved
Which-
the source material.
That's, sometimes it works out though, because the motherfucker Hugh Jackman,
Yep.
you see how tall that motherfucker is? Wolverine's supposed
Yep.
to be like 5 foot.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
everybody had an issue with it. Now nobody wants a different Wolverine.
See,
No,
like
because he grew on you.
I don't know. Height, I don't really care about. Like that doesn't really bother me unless the character is a dwarf,
Yeah.
and then you like cast a 6'7" dude.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, what are we doing?
Then you
But-
cast Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, if it's the, like
apparently
I
Who
get-
get,
complains
the only little
about
person
you
in
casting other dwarfs?
yeah. Well, okay. I really
Yeah,
gotta
fuck
fact check
you,
this to
Peter
make sure this is
Dinklage.
true.
You know what?
Well,
Dwayne Johnson,
I really gotta
you're
fact
alright.
check this.
Fuck you,
route.
Peter Dinklage.
Okay, I'll shut
You're
up
my
to hear
new
that.
beef.
What
short
did he say
fuck.
besides the? Oh,
He said The
I'm
Rock
cool with
is off
Dwayne
the
Johnson now. You know,
Whoa! No,
New
you're
year,
not.
new me.
You're
Wow.
lying. This is a
new
ploy.
year, new me. I got a new beef.
I
Peter
think
Dinklage.
Dwayne
suck a fat
Johnson's
one.
gonna tweet right now, and he's gonna be like, "I feel the weight of the world lifted off of my shoulders
Because TJ
From
from Will You Survive the
Podcast.
Podcast
Yeah.
has forgiven me.
for nothing, but for existing."
Oh no! Okay, I got to read this to you. Disconnect
Yeah, I
Gemini.
literally-
Gemini's live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable. If you continue going live with them, your live might be unavailable to some audiences.
Is it because you called Peter Dinklage a bad word?
Yeah, live visibility
call him?
restricted for 10 minutes. Your live is not eligible for
I called him a short
recommendation and
fuck.
restricted in search results for the next 10 minutes because Gemini does not comply with the For You feed.
Why? Because he's black?
Because he's black, TikTok.
What the heck, TikTok? That's crazy.
That makes sense because it's American owned now.
That's
they're
so fucked. That's so crazy.
they're back to their roots of discriminating against black people.
That is a crazy sentence. That is insane.
I don't believe that. Everybody who knows me knows I don't believe that stuff.
Hey, Alex, would you like to read the synopsis of the movie that we watched?
In the near future around the American Midwest, Cooper, an ex-science engineer and pilot, is tied to his farming land with his daughter Murph and son Tom. As devastating sandstorms ravage Earth's crops, the people of Earth realize their life here is coming to an end as food begins to run out. Eventually, stumbling upon a NASA base 6 hours from Cooper's home, he is asked to go on a daring mission with a few other scientists into a wormhole because of Cooper's scientific intellect and ability to pilot aircraft unlike other crew members. In order to find a new home while Earth decays, Cooper must decide to either stay or risk never seeing his children again in order to save the human race by finding another habitable planet.
So, really quick, because I literally just thought of this and I don't want to forget it. It's kind of fucked up that at the end of the movie, it's almost like his son doesn't exist anymore.
Right?
I didn't even realize it until right now when I thought about the ending, and I'm like, man, he didn't ask Murph even once where that guy was.
Nope.
He didn't give a fuck.
Right.
He's definitely dead.
That is crazy.
Because she
He
was
was dead?
put into fucking like the fucking hyper sleep or whatever the fuck they had, you know, where they'd like put themselves in like a coma. Basically, that's what she was doing to stay alive.
User 300, thank you for the follow.
Is that what I thought they transported her? I thought that was what I thought she like
Well, yeah,
came
no,
from somewhere else
The
to
doctor
there, so
says
that's why.
like, hey, she just woke up from her like, I forget
Yeah.
what it was called, but like hyper sleep type shit.
Cryo sleep.
No, because when he
Cryo
first
sleep,
got
you know?
there, when he first woke up, when we first got there, they said like, "Oh, we sent a message to Dr. Murphy, so that she could come see you." And so my thought was that she was somewhere else, and then she had to travel to him, so she went into hypersleep while she traveled to him, and because of her old age, it's like, oh fuck, like that was a lot.
Oh.
Because remember, he like went to the house and whatnot and kind of explored around for a bit before he went and saw her.
Yeah.
So my thought was that she was somewhere else and
She was somewhere else.
was put into cryo sleep so she could travel at the speed of light to where they were.
So I am fully invested in the conspiracy theory or the fan fiction or whatever you want to call it about the end, that he is in fact dead. And the reason why is because they made a point to tell you early on in the film that when you die, you see your loved ones.
Well,
And he comes walking in. Nobody in the room pays attention to him. Nobody sees, why is this young man walking up to this old lady and we don't know who the heck he is. And he's sitting by her bedside, kissing her hand, holding her hands, and she's sitting there talking. It's almost like they expect her like, oh yeah, she's going. Like she's about to cross over. Like they're just leaving her alone. They're not talking to her. They're not asking, like, who is this guy?
Oh, wait, so you're saying that him existing was her seeing her loved ones in
Yes.
her final moments?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I personally don't believe that. I think he's alive.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that because like
I mean,
didn't
like
see
he
that
could have
because
straight
they
up
made
just
it.
died because he went to a black hole and it turns you into
Yeah.
fucking
Yep.
spaghetti.
But I mean,
It's-
I don't see that because there's one specific scene that I think would be a weird scene to include in that then, which is when he stole the plane or the spaceship.
Yeah, and then it
And-
shows a clip of
When he goes up to meet with...
Yeah, and the
Hathaway's
engineer
good.
is like
Was it Anne
walking by
Hathaway?
and just sees the empty bay and is like, "What the fuck?"
Okay.
Weird
All
scene
right,
to show
all right.
if it's all her imagination.
All right, fair enough. Brand,
but I do
that's
I would
like
right.
also
the
like to
I
say,
do
but
like
yeah, he definitely could have died because one, you fall into a black hole, you get stretched into spaghetti. Two, gravity is so strong there. As you're falling into it, it warps it so much. You will be looking at the back of your head as you go further and further into it, and you'll go slower and slower and slower.
However, I have to ask you guys, what do you think? I know we talked about this on another episode, but let's bring it up because it's relevant. Water planet. I'm going to quote you, TJ, which I absolutely love this point. I didn't think of it before. Why the hell did these most brilliant scientists not think about the fact that this planet is undergoing major gravitational pull and tidal,
on a water
rifts
planet.
and on a water planet?
You land and the water is like 1.5 feet deep on a whole water planet, and there is no part of you that goes, shouldn't this be a little deeper?
Huh. Why
That's
is
a little
that?
weird, right?
What
Where are
life
the waves?
do you think could be there if
Why
it's
are there
a
no
fucking
tides?
half foot of water?
Why is the water still?
Yeah.
These
it's
are all
crazy.
questions that I think, as somebody who lives in California, I would immediately be like, something's wrong.
Something
this
is
is not
weird.
right. Because I'm also thinking Subnautica, the game, and I'm like, no, it should be deeper, which would be horrifying, but still.
I don't know
Yeah.
Subnautica.
What's
I don't know
crazy?
what that
It's
is.
basically a
Subnautica-
survival building game where you land on an alien planet that's a water planet.
Oh, is this the one that you've been playing recently?
No,
No, that's Satisfactory.
Oh, okay.
I've also been playing Barotrauma, which is like a submariner game or submariner game. But no, this is like an alien survival game where you land in an escape pod. Your plane or your ship, the Aurora, goes down, and you land on this planet, and then you kind of spoiler alert, but it's an old game. You find out that this planet is inhabited by or was inhabited by aliens who all died from
A virus.
basically like a virus that's
So
on
the
this
was
planet.
under quarantine.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
so
why
that's
you
why
got shut down.
that's why you got shot down, is because
What?
you flew into the planet and they were like, nope, you're not leaving this planet.
You're also
because
infected.
you're gonna kill the rest of the universe. So you have to cure yourself before you take off. And it's this set in this water world where you land and you start in the shallows and you have to go deeper and deeper into the
my-
volcanic areas
Yeah,
and
straight up like
and some of the
Mariana Trench
monsters,
depth,
dude. Some of the monsters.
deeper.
Oh man, this is like, if you're scared of the ocean, don't play this game.
Yeah, like you
I
land
am
in the
not
shallows.
scared of the
there's
ocean.
like these little fucking terrifying things, right? You're like, oh, that was scary, and you get deeper,
Little sharks.
and then they get bigger and fucking bigger,
And they come out of fucking
I
nowhere
have
because it's just
thalassophobia.
dark.
I hate the fucking ocean, so don't even get me near
It's-
that shit.
How you say that word?
Thalassophobia.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it wrong.
Oh,
That
what I was gonna say
assophobia.
is what's crazy
That
about
assophobia.
them. What's crazy about them landing on Miller's planet is that Miller only died like
Minutes
Yeah.
before them.
like minutes.
Yeah,
Like if they got there sooner, that she could have. Or was it a she? I think it was a she.
yeah.
Miller.
I think Miller was a she. That's
Could have been
so
alive.
The whole time warping thing is crazy to me. No, they would have had to have gotten there. They would have had
7
to, well,
years earlier.
Yeah, they would have had to gotten there so much sooner, like years earlier. at
just to
least.
get there minutes before.
Maybe like 2 years earlier to get there minutes before she died,
And that was absolutely insane.
and
that,
then they would have died too.
that scene was, I mean, I hate it. It's not hate it. I feel the full impact of the scene when they get back to the ship and the pilot tells them that they've been gone for 7 years.
Oh man, that was painful.
He's like, I waited for you.
No, 23 years.
Yeah.
It was 23.
It was
So-
23 years.
As like if you listen in the background of that scene, the score, you hear this constant like ticking.
Yeah,
Yep.
I heard that one.
Every tick
That's
is,
it's a day, I
year.
think.
Is it a
every
day?
tick is? I think every tick's a day or something.
and because that scene is long.
But every
enough.
tick is time passing. So once, because they got the whole fucking thing wrong. They didn't.
Yeah.
The equation was not correct.
Right.
So instead of
Yeah, when they get back, their shipmate, he said he went into cryosleep a couple times, but he kind of lost hope of them coming back, and they'd been gone for 23 years, and
Yeah.
he was observing that black hole for 23 years,
Yep.
and yeah, that's crazy, and that's when he gets back, and Murph is an adult now,
Right.
and mentions that Grandpa died and all this stuff. But yeah, that is devastating.
Oh, right. That's when he got the message, right?
Yeah, that's when he got all those messages where they assumed that he died because
Right.
he'd been no contact for 23 years.
Right.
And it had nothing to do with the black hole or being able to send messages through. He was gone on a planet for 3 hours.
Right.
But yeah, that was the whole concept of like time warping like that is wild.
Well, which
Absolutely
it absolutely ties gravity and time together.
yeah,
That's
like
it's the weight.
like
Now,
the
I don't know
stuff
if you've seen
happening-
this. I don't know if you've seen this. There's a social media video of a guy who set up a camera that allegedly captures 1 billion frames per second.
Yes, I did see this.
And so he could see the speed of light, a laser traveling at the speed of light. And now, amazingly, apparently the way he was able to do this is the camera is only 1 pixel. So he shot that video over and over and over and over and over and over and over again to get that low res image that he produces. But
That's
he was
crazy.
able to warp the perspective, just the perception. He couldn't actually warp the speed of light, but by moving the camera, he was able to warp the perspective and change what you were seeing, which means that in theory, something like a black hole would absolutely warp your perspective and your, I hate to say, I hate these terms of modern day, but your reality.
Have we ever sent a probe or just like a not manned pilot? I can't think of the right word, but an autonomous
Unmanned.
Unmanned.
an unmanned ship into a black hole just to
No.
see how far it can
We
get?
can't get that far.
Yeah, the
There's
nearest
New
one
Horizons is the farthest. No, I'm sorry. The 70s. Voyager is the farthest man-made object sent from Earth, and it is barely in the Kuiper Belt right now.
Yeah.
That's just
You ever seen
outside
the
of Pluto.
picture, the
Damn.
little blue ball or whatever the fuck it's called?
Yep.
Or it's
Little
a
blue dot.
really, Yeah, little blue dot where it's literally just the Earth from super far away. It makes you think, everybody you've ever known and loved is just
Right
all
there.
there.
It's also funny because like, you guys ever get that anxiety where you're like, man, you hear that the Milky Way and Andromeda are colliding,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my god, what does that mean for us? Nothing.
Nothing.
It means absolutely
50
nothing.
billion years.
It means
And-
jack shit when you realize just how fucking small our sun is
Yeah.
in the Milky Way galaxy. My dumbass thought the
Also-
sun was the center of the Milky Way galaxy.
No.
It
that's
is not even a fucking speck
We
of the
are
Milky Way.
so far out on the side.
It is wild. Like,
Now-
like
Yeah, and even
the
if
concept of that.
Even if we're colliding, right? Barely anything's gonna fucking touch anything.
Yeah,
'Cause
barely
everything
anything is
so
actually going to
spread
hit.
apart.
Now, but I have a question regarding this
so
movie.
fucking
Did it ever
crazy.
talk about what that black hole was? Did they use a real black hole for the name?
They have a name for
They
it.
used actual like calculations and shit to like render it.
I know.
Oh, I heard the
Physicists
rendering
Yeah,
love
of
the-
that
this.
black hole was, from a movie production standpoint, the rendering
It was
of that was
days per frame.
ridiculously long.
But
Because that is
Days
so
per frame.
much to
scientifically
render.
accurate according to a bunch of scientists and shit.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
We haven't been able to get far enough to reach a black hole, even
mean,
though
we've got a picture.
Yeah, we got a picture,
Which
now.
is great. That
modern day theory suggests that the center of our black hole or the center of our galaxy is riddled with black holes.
riddled with black
Multiples.
So what's terrifying about black holes is that they are black in a space of nothing but black. So you don't actually fucking know. The only way you know a black hole, this is me, stupid dummy who doesn't know too much about it, but from my understanding, the only way you know that a black hole is even there is when you go, wasn't there a star there before?
Well, what they look for is the warping. When they see the warping of light, they know that's a black hole because everything behind it will be non-existent. You won't see anything behind it. But if you see that warping like around the disk or
Accretion
around the
disk.
event horizon, the accretion disk or the event horizon, you see the light warping, that's a black hole.
That is. I mean, I know it's not actually a big deal for us, but that is a horrifying thing to think about. That they are just fucking out there in the galaxy,
I mean, have you ever seen I think the largest one we have on record is Ton 618. Ton 618, they show the sun, then they show the orbit of Mercury, and one of the smallest black holes known to man fits inside of that orbit. And then the orbit of Earth, there's another black hole that fits in that orbit. And then so on and so on and so on. It goes all the way outside the Milky Way galaxy, multiple galaxies, the known, I forget what the section of, like if you were to call it all of Aquarius, like the entire body of constellations and galaxies in it. And then even larger than that is Ton 618. Like it's larger than many, many, many clusters of galaxies.
See, that's like
Can't even comprehend it,
yeah,
right?
trying to actually comprehend how big that is just, I don't even know if that's actually possible to comprehend that.
Try to comprehend how big space is when space is literally infinite and is continually growing.
It is crazy
how can
just to
infinite
think about.
grow? You know?
Yeah.
How
Doesn't
can
make any
infinite
fucking
grow?
sense.
That is a great
Well,
one.
okay. So
And
here's
then
the way that I've heard
it'll
it
start shrinking
explained.
back.
Well, the way that I've heard it explained is it's not growing, it's stretching. That's how I've heard it. I don't know how accurate that is,
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
that it's not necessarily like it's not like a game where it's just like procedurally generating and just appearing like, hey, there's a new planet here now. It's like things are stretching,
Yeah.
and the universe is infinitely getting bigger as it's stretching,
But
and
what's
then
outside the universe.
yeah, well, my
Is there
personal
anything
belief,
outside the universe.
I think that's God. I think that's I think there's a reason space is so spread out and almost impossible to navigate and exist in. So
He doesn't
Whatever-
want us to find our failed rejects that he did.
It's also outside of time.
yeah,
That's the other thing. If you were a fourth dimensional being, theoretically, you would be able to see through walls. You would be able to see past time. Like you time wouldn't matter to you if you were outside of it, right? Being outside of, what is it? Space, time, and matter, being in the fourth dimension, you would be able to navigate through objects. You'd be able to do all kinds of craziness. Now, to answer my own question, according to Wikipedia, Ton 618 is 40 billion solar masses.
I don't even know what one solar mass is.
So if you think of the size of our sun, and you think how many, have you ever heard how many Jupiters fit inside of our sun? And how
it's a
many
lot,
Earths fit inside of one Jupiter?
Oh yeah, it's
And
a
that
lot.
just to comprehend how big our Earth is to us, and then you fit
How
our
big the
Earth
sun
into
actually
Jupiter,
is.
and then how many into Jupiter, how many Jupiters into the sun. What does everyone think of the white hole theory? I love that question, Steph, because philosophically
I'm
thinking,
really into the white hole.
see, philosophically
Shut
thinking,
up, this guy.
I just got that. I just got it.
And you were gonna
know
move
me.
past that.
I was, yeah. Philosophically thinking, if there is a black hole, there would be something called a white hole. Where we might be going wrong is
show
we're
you
looking
mine if
for
you
it
show me
in
yours.
our universe. There might not be something in our universes. Even physicists agree there may be something called the multiverse,
Yeah, fucking. And
not Spidey.
I do
there
do
could
think
also
like
be like in like multiverse stuff. We could just be in the same exact spot in like every like we're on a different frequency than like the other Earth that's right next to us.
Right.
We're like intertwined, and that's where like Mandela effect and shit happens. You know,
Right.
like-
yes. See that's the older I get and the more I hear about these theories, the more that I feel like it almost seems more likely than not that there are such thing as like parallel universes.
Parallel dimensions.
Yeah, like it just at this point it's seeming to me, again, stupid dumb me who doesn't really know much about space, but it really just feels more and more like that's maybe more likely than it's not the
Right.
case. But like also then that begs the question, like, how does that actually affect us though?
Well, it
At least that's my
doesn't
question.
in the sense. See, I think of things like more closer to home because you're asking bigger questions that we probably will never know the answer to.
Well, because I think like where people discuss things like, what if you found out we're all living in a simulation?
Right.
And I've talked about this with my cousin, where I'm like, honestly, dude, what does it matter?
What does it matter?
Like, because I would think like, well,
Who's controlling the simulation?
Yeah, like at least in my perspective, I wake up every day. I feel like I'm making choices. I feel emotion based off of choices that are made or things that happen to me. I feel like I'm alive, and maybe I'm just gonna what's the quote? I think, therefore I am.
Yeah.
Like, what does it matter if we find out that, oh, you know what? Actually, all of your choices. Well, I guess that could affect some people, but like the idea of like.
Well, but think about how.
So as long as you still have free will, even if we live in a simulation, but you still have free will, it would be like, well, then what does it matter?
It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of perspective. You're trying, people are trying to rationalize their poor decisions in certain ways. Other people are trying to think more philosophically to feel like they have more control over their lives. But the rationale is there's no way for us to know. I think of something more terrestrial.
Like
we'll never know.
We could be in a simulation. We could be
but
if you're in a simulation and you die,
we're all
happens?
in a fucking space toddler's maraca. Like it doesn't matter.
Let's say
like Men in Black.
Let's say that we do somehow scientifically prove we are in a simulation, every one of us. So what I think I think basically the purge would happen. I think people would be like, well, then nothing I do matters, and would just do evil, horrible shit.
People are already doing that. They didn't have to even be told.
Yeah. So, like, let's pretend that wouldn't happen, even though that I think, in my opinion, that most likely would happen. Let's say that doesn't happen. What do people do? Because personally, I really don't think it would affect me that much. Maybe I'm crazy, but
I wouldn't care.
My thought would be like, well, so let's say aliens made us and put us in a simulation, or God made us and put us on a planet, or we all happen to just somehow exist and now we all live on a planet. Either way, what does it matter? It feels like it doesn't actually matter as long as you feel like your life has purpose.
As soon as we figure it out, they're just going to turn us off because we're all about to test or something.
Okay. Well, here, let me ask something.
Favorite theories is that we came from Mars.
I do like that theory. Yeah.
Landed?
I don't know, something. Maybe a fucking planet or something. I don't know. Asteroid.
Well, isn't the theory that we fucked up Mars?
I think we keep
so
fucking
bad
up
that we had to move.
that we keep landing on or something.
Well, that goes hand in hand with the theory,
and then the rest of us went to go look for other planets.
It goes hand in hand with the theory that we were always smart, we got dumb, and are barely starting to get smart again. But here, I got something that's far more terrestrial.
That makes sense.
We always consider Earth the only habitation of life. But then we have such a hard time defining life. I mean, I'm not even talking about the modern political argument of what is life.
No, like biology versus like intelligent life form.
When you look at, take a look at, now let me just for humor's sake, take a look at the planet Uranus. And if you were to look out there and we say, oh, there's absolutely no life, right? There's no life like ours. There's no life that we can
there's
define.
No carbon-based life.
There's no carbon-based life.
Other types,
Right. And I'm just making shit up right now. But what if you were to look out there and there's, a silicon-based life form that we don't have the technology to see, to identify. We don't see it as anything. It's like, oh, this planet rains diamonds, so there's nothing that could survive there. Well, what if there are beings that, diamonds to them are water? It doesn't affect them like it affects us.
We assume that everything, in order to, it is like the assumption that, well, in order to be alive, you have to be a carbon-based being like us. But it completely discounts the more science fiction, what we would call science fiction, of what if it's a creature that is not earthly? It is a like you said, it's made of metal, but it is conscious and it does things. That would blow our minds.
A sentient
we wouldn't know
being that's not capable of being registered by our technology.
We wouldn't know how to even begin to process that. But yeah, I mean, you know what I was actually just thinking though? I was thinking Uranus is the planet that rains diamonds. So I was thinking man, that's gonna suck the day that humans can build an outpost right outside Uranus. We're going to kill that planet for diamonds.
I'll tell you what, my favorite thing is the scientists quote, Uranus gapes every 7 years to release hot gases. I love that headline.
But yeah, I don't know. It's all very interesting. It's very I don't know. I think it's just like a fun thought experiment. I don't put anything else really into it. I
No.
think some people get a little too carried away and like
I
scared of
agree.
it. And I don't think there's any point in it getting scared by it, because it is not a real threat. There are much more real imminent threats in our day-to-day life than a black hole or time or us being in a simulation.
Yeah. Now, Steph makes a good point here. My favorite quote is that if there is a will, there's a way, because the way we live and define life doesn't mean life cannot live. It's just different than ours, which is absolutely true. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm not quite intelligent enough to formulate what exactly I'm thinking with that, but it's like, how do we know that there's nothing else out there just because it doesn't fit into our small-minded parameters?
But I guess that's also like, when we say we're looking for, when we're looking for planets that could potentially inhabit life, we are considering for us, like, could a human go there and ever live there, or are the conditions too harsh?
Right.
So I think that's sometimes the metric that we use for that. Because we don't know what lives on the surface of Venus, just because it's incredibly hot and no carbon-based life forms could ever exist on there.
And we don't have technology to penetrate the clouds. I mean, how cool is it that we've actually sent a space probe there that recorded about 7 seconds of video?
Yeah, on the surface.
That's scary.
That place looks like hell.
It does.
That is a horrifying
terrifying.
planet.
Mars is cool as shit. I mean,
Mars is dope.
I love those rover pictures, images. It took a picture of Earth.
Yeah. You know the last line that it said? One of the rovers said before it turned off?
The first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It said getting dark.
That's
Setting off.
That's so sad.
Now, it's funny because in reality what it was a series of binary codes. And so it was far less emotional.
I know it's not emotional, but when you put it in quotes on an Instagram post with sad music behind it, it makes you feel something, you know?
We anthropomorphize it, but
I'm like, the rover, it did its job, and it's going to sleep.
But it's got the second one out there now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The Mars stuff is cool. I think I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but Elon's idea to nuke the poles sounds fun.
I mean, well, also consider...
What's the worst that could happen?
Also consider that nuking the poles means something completely different today than when we set off the bombs at Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
We're not going to just drop a kiloton nuke on the pole. It would be a very precise job.
Yeah, absolutely. I still think it's just like, what's the worst that could happen?
We destroy Mars.
It's so far from us. Does it really matter?
It doesn't matter as much as Jupiter matters. Jupiter is our bodyguard.
Yeah,
you say that, but then what if we knock fucking Mars out of orbit and
out of its orbit and it starts coming towards us?
We'll fire more nukes.
It won't.
Hear me out.
We don't have enough
if
nukes.
Push
it does
it the other
crash
way.
into us, there's a super high chance either we get new moons or we have rings after. I mean, we will be dead, but
yeah, we won't know.
That's
it'll
funny.
probably
But the silicon beings on Uranus would be like, what the fuck is happening over there?
Imagine Earth with a bunch of fucking like rings, dude, and then like a big ass chunk out of it because of the.
That is like the coolest thought.
They're like, did those dummies nuke their neighboring planet? Remember when we did that shit to Pluto?
Yeah.
Did they fuck up Mars again?
Round 2?
Weren't they just there a couple thousand years ago? It's all conspiracy, guys.
So we've sent out a probe to Uranus?
Oh, yeah.
Have we sent a probe into all of our neighboring planets, like just to try and land?
Well,
all of them?
New Horizons went by Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto.
Nothing went in those?
No. No, they won't send anything into any of the what was the one they didn't want to send it into the moon, so they sent the probe into. I think they crashed it into Saturn because it's a gas giant, so it just destroyed the probe.
Yeah, didn't we crash one into Jupiter?
I think we also did that. You know what? I think I'm thinking of Jupiter because it was there was thought behind landing it on. I don't know if it was
Like Titus?
I don't know if it was
its
Ion
moons?
or I think it was Ganymede, and they were gonna drop a probe on Ganymede, but then they said for future scientific research they didn't want to do it because they didn't want if somebody had a virus who was working on the probe and they crash land this thing and the virus had survived up to this point, then there's life on this moon.
Yeah.
No, it was us. So they crashed it on Jupiter for that purpose because it just was pulverized into nothing.
Yeah, I'd just be interested in. I guess I'm sure they would release it, but I'd be curious to know like what are the last images it saw before it got destroyed. Like, do we know what that is, or is it just data, or like what? I would love to see the closest image we have of Jupiter and of Saturn. You know, like is it at all near the surface of it, or does it just
No.
get absolutely destroyed well before?
The pressure would get.
Well, because I
As
know
soon
it's a
as
gas giant. So, like,
Yeah.
by the surface, I mean, like, to the point where, like, you can't see it anymore. Like, it goes past that first level of cloud.
No, it's hot as hell. There's a lot of pressure, and like
You guys ever seen that movie where, like, a whole, like, humans colonized Jupiter?
how the fuck would they do that?
It was a stupid movie, but basically, like, I remember the scene of them like traveling into Jupiter. Maybe it was Saturn or something. I don't know, but I think it was Jupiter. They're traveling into it, and they have to go through like the first layer of Jupiter to get to the safe spot, and it's like horrible storms. Like they almost die just getting into it.
Doesn't Avatar take place on one of the moons?
That could make sense. I thought it was Saturn.
I think you should give them the socials, Alex.
Okay, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this episode, this crazy, wild fever dream of an episode where we talked about black holes, white hole space, collision of galaxies. And for that, you're going to want to come back and check it out again by looking up our socials on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all by looking up the name Will You Survive the Podcast. You can also send us your emails, anything you want to ask us. If you have suggestions for new episodes or critiques, criticisms, send those emails to us at theboys@willyousurvivethepodcast.com. That's THEBOYS at willyousurvivethepodcast.com. Remember to go check out our playlists in YouTube. It is new. It is fun. We have several different playlists from all the movies that we've covered, holding the entire episodes. We have clips. We have a new playlist called From Scratch, where I show you how you can keep your pantry items rotated and what you can make in an emergency situation where you're stuck with just your canned or dried food. Make sure you tune in, comment, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and let your friends know about us. We'll keep you alive in the apocalypse.
All right. I think somebody needs to win. Alex, what movie would you want to do next time?
Man, I love the way we're picking winners nowadays.
Well, I'm wondering, we got to get back to zombies. So what I'm thinking is,
That
can
brand
we
new zombie
watch-
movie that just came out?
well, it's not brand new. I think it's 2024. We Bury the
It
Dead.
came out.
no, it doesn't
in
come
Australia
Oh,
yeah,
did it?
but it doesn't.
2024, But
It
came
doesn't
out-
hit American markets until later this year.
No, I thought it came out this month.
No, yeah, January 20th.
Oh, well, you said later this year. You meant later this month?
Is that not later this year?
Oh, fuck.
Kill yourself. Eric, what would you want to do for a movie?
It's such a good question, man. I don't know. I do agree. I kind of want to go back to zombies, but I just feel like this doesn't really all that great out right now. Oh man, I don't know. I could think of something, but
It's February 5th. Damn it. It's in theaters January 2nd.
isn't Bone Temple supposed to come out before then?
I think I thought Bone Temple was already out.
The 28 years later too?
Yeah, everybody was talking about it.
I seen your comment, Josh.
I think it was a trailer.
Alex, you get points from Josh.
Yay.
Wait, who did the last one?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, okay. Not at all related. I just needed to know. That means since Alex got points from Josh, I'm giving the win to Eric. You're gonna have to come up with an idea while you're so tired from working.
You know what? I've thought of movies, and I can't think of a single movie except Spider-Man right now.
I'm so happy for you that you won.
Let's
Anyways,
watch Spider-Man 3
guys,
with Tobey Maguire.
Muchas gracias a todos por escuchar este estudio de Will You Survive the Podcast. Mi nombre es TJ. Es Alex. Es Eric. Y hasta la próxima. I don't know how to say that word. Stay alive.
Oh, that's good.